Hey, welcome to Physical Embodiment Studio. I'm Quadricep, a certified personal trainer, and today I'm talking to you about knee pain. Unfortunately, millions of people deal with knee pain each and every day. You might experience this during walking, running, even exercising, and there could be several factors contributing to why you're feeling this pain. If you feel like it's something bigger than just quadricep tightness or repetitive use, then I'd recommend seeing a physical therapist or a chiropractor. Let's get started. I'm going to show you 5 exercises to lengthen the quads, engage the glutes, engage the hamstrings, and stabilize the knee that hopefully will help you mitigate some of that pain. We're starting with quadricep stretching. So if you think about the quadricep, the front of your legs, if those muscles in your quad are tight, it will pull your kneecap up. So anytime you bend, you might experience tension or pain in the patella or right below it. And that could be because there's this tension pulling your knee up. So the first thing we want to address is quadricep tightness. There's a few ways we can do a quadricep stretch. One is standing upright. The way I'll do it with you today is on the floor. So go ahead and find your way onto a belly down position. And you'll just settle into your space and start to bring your knees together, okay? So you can rest your head down on your hands. I'm talking to you, so I'll have my hand up. I want you to reach towards your left ankle and make sure your knees are staying really close together, touching ideally, as you squeeze your glute and feel the lengthening of that quadricep. You can even get a little more bang for your buck by opening through your chest and pushing into your foot. So you're really lengthening through the front of your chest here. But right now we're focusing on the quad. So let's go ahead and enjoy this stretch through the front of the quad. Stay here for a couple of rounds of breaths and then switch to the other side. So grab that right ankle. You might prop yourself up if that feels too intense, or you can lower all the way down. Remember that squeeze in the glute will help you feel the full lengthening of the quadricep. Okay, so after you stretch your quadriceps, which you might want to pause this video and take a little extra time to do that, then you'll go into prone heel lifts. So your belly is down, your heels are together, and you're making a piece of pizza with your feet. So your heels are clicked together, your toes are slightly out in a small V. From here, you're going to push your hips into the floor and squeeze your glutes as you lift your heels towards the sky. Now, a few things to keep in mind. Your upper body is going to try and take over. I want you to relax your upper body, and your lower back is going to try and take over. Try your best to relax your lower back and just engage your hamstrings and your glutes to lift your legs. Not only are you getting a really nice quadricep stretch and hip flexor lengthening, but you're also activating through your back body, which activating through the glutes and the hammies can be really beneficial for releasing the tension in the hip flexors and the quads. That's a lot of information, so we could watch that back if you didn't catch it all. After we have our quadricep stretch and our glute activation, I want you to actually land in a Brettzel position. One leg forward, one leg back. Flexing your heels, lengthening through your spine. You're making this zigzag position and your hips are rooted on the floor. From here, start to fold over your front hip, squeezing your glute, relaxing into it. And you don't have to hold tension in your glutes the whole time. I just want you to check in with your glutes to make sure you have awareness in the back body and then fold into it. Okay, when you've had enough on that side, which again, take your time, pause the video, then you can go to the other side. You might notice while you're here that there's some tightness going on, either the quadricep or the hip, or maybe you're feeling that knee pain right away. It's important that you flex your heel to activate the anterior tibialis to protect the knee joint, okay? So always focusing on protecting the knee and lengthening through the muscles that might be causing the knee tension. After you've lengthened those muscles, now we're going to strengthen the joint. So the way we do that, if you have access to a long band, this will be the most ideal way to do it. I don't have a setup here to show you with this, but I'll show you really quick if you have a proper setup. You're going to have this part of the band anchored into something stable, like a pole or a door, and you're just going to bend and straighten this leg with the band right behind the kneecap, okay? So it should be directly behind the knee and you're just bending and straightening that leg. So all you see me doing is lifting my heel and then pushing my heel down. Okay, so you're feeling a little bit of hamstring activation, but you're really strengthening the back of the knee. If you already experience hyperextension of the knee, where your knee almost goes in the opposite direction of where it should, then softening the knees in your daily practice is going to be a big important component to strengthening your knee joints. So soften the knees always, but in order to strengthen the back of the joint, you're going to actually push your knee into extension, but please not hyperextension. Now, if you don't have access to a long band, you're going to use a mini band. I have an extra heavy one here in order to get enough resistance to make a difference. So I'm grounding through my right foot. This back leg is slightly behind me and my heel's lifted high, but my hips are square to the front. All you're going to do is straighten the leg and bend the leg. Straighten the leg and bend the leg. This front leg is stable in this bent position the whole time. I'm activating the glute and feeling the back of the hamstring and strengthening the back of the knee and the joint itself, okay? So do both sides, and then from there, we're going to activate the quadriceps again. Seated on the floor, keeping the band around your shins, about mid-shin. Bring your hands behind you, open through your chest, long spine, bringing your feet hip distance. All we're doing here is bending and straightening the knee, just like we just did. You're going to straighten the legs and bend. Straighten the legs and bend. You're keeping your core tight, your spine long, and we're activating through the quadriceps, the front of the legs, to really stabilize the joint and make sure your quad is flexed. If you're experiencing pain in that position, that's likely because your quadriceps are still tight. If you're seated a lot of your day, your quads are in a tightened position. A lot of the hips and a lot of the muscles around the hips are going to be compromised if you're seated all day, or if you're standing in a position that isn't advantageous for your whole spine health. So there's a lot more on that to come. That will be for a different video. I'm so glad you tuned in. I'm sorry you're experiencing pain in your knees. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.